Okay, now that we have Apache installed, Apache Web Server, and we have PHP installed to the web server, it's time to install MySQL Server. So that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to do a sudo apt-get update to start with. All right, and then when that's done, what we're going to do is type clear the screen, and then I'm going to do a sudo apt-get install MySQL server. All right, do we want to do that? We're going to say yes, Y for yes. Okay. Okay, what we need to do is we need to set a password for the root user of the MySQL server. We do not want to leave it blank because that would be a security risk. So I'm going to go in here, let's see here, and type in my password. All right, then I'll hit tab and then hit enter and repeat the password for good measure, and then tab and then enter. Okay, looks like it's done. All right, so that went pretty good. I'm going to clear the screen here. And now that we have the MySQL or MySQL server installed, we're going to want to install PhpMyAdmin, which is a PHP browser-based interface that makes it a lot easier to manage your databases in MySQL. So let's do that next. So we're going to do a sudo apt-get install lib Apache 2 mod auth MySQL, and then space PHP 5 MySQL, and space PHP MyAdmin. Okay, so we're installing three things here. We're installing lib apache 2 mod auth MySQL. Then we're putting in a space, and the second thing we're installing is PHP 5 MySQL, and then a space, and the last thing we're installing is PHP MyAdmin. So that's everything we need. We'll hit enter, and do we want to continue? Type Y and then hit enter, yes, and it's going to download all of the necessary packages, and we will receive a prompt. Okay, please choose the web server that should be automatically configured to run PhpMyAdmin. Okay, so we want to use Apache 2, so what we'll do is we'll hit the space bar to select Apache 2 and then hit tab and then enter for OK. Okay. Configure database for PhpMyAdmin with dbconfig-common, and what we want to do for this is hit yes, so we'll hit enter. And then we need the password of the database administrative user. So the password we put in for MySQL or MySQL, we need to put in again right now. All right, then I'll hit tab and OK. And we need a password to register with the database server. If left blank, a random password will be generated. So we're going to put in another password for the for PhpMyAdmin. Okay, so this could be a separate password or it could be the same one. And a password confirmation for good measure. All right, and we're done. I'm going to type clear and hit enter. Before we're done, a handy thing to do is to put in a symbolic link so it makes it easy to get to PhpMyAdmin. So what we'll do is we'll put sudo ln for link -s for symbolic link, and we're going to do it to the root /user/share /PhpMyAdmin, and then we're going to put that link into our web directory. So that's root var www, and we'll call it PhpMyAdmin. All right, there we go. Okay, so now all we need to do is test it out. So we'll open up Firefox, and what we can do now is we can go to the PhpMyAdmin page that we just made the link for. So PhpMyAdmin, and if we hit enter, you'll see there it is. Now, if you do not see this come up in your browser window, what you might want to do is do a sudo, and then you might have to do an etc/init.d/Apache2, and then do a restart. So you might have to restart your Apache web server for this to work. If you do not, if you get an error when you go to your web browser and you try to reach PhpMyAdmin. But we didn't get it, so we don't have to do this. But just in case, I have had to do that in the past, restart my web server for it to work. Okay, and now that we're here, let's see if we can log in. So we'll type in root and then the password that we put. And hit enter. And no. And we're in. Alright, so we're into PhpMyAdmin, and you can see that we've connected to the MySQL server. Databases, we could create a database. First DB, create, and now you've created a DB database. There it is. So now you could create tables and columns in your database, and you could start creating multiple databases and serving them with MySQL, and then interfacing and managing it with PhpMyAdmin.